Everybody, get in here, get in here, get in here. I'm on here with my sister friend, Natasha Ray, also known as Star Manicure. Hey, Natasha.
What's up, boo? How you doing?
I am good. So y'all come on here, click like and click share. We're on here talking about basically we're talking about being ready for love, knowing you're ready for love, but also acknowledging what are the barriers that keep you from actually getting the love you want. Because a lot of times we believe that we're ready and we say, I'm at a point in my life where Natasha and I was talking about this, like, we prayed and hoped for so many things that are already here, professionally and otherwise. But one thing we weren't as prayerful for, was about the love that we want, really. And so we were talking about just acknowledging what are the barriers that keep us from getting the type of love that we want, desire, and deserve. So y'all come on in here. I see y'all coming in here. I'm going to say this right now. Thank you, Lisa Hubbard Knight, for sharing this video. We're going to do something special today because me and Natasha want to talk to y'all directly. And I've never done this before. Natasha hasn't either. But we said, why not try it out today? So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the opportunity. If you want to be on to talk to us, all right, you need to text us your name, right, and your phone number. So text your name and your phone number and let us know a little bit about, no more than 2 sentences, about, what you want to talk about, so to speak, as it relates to what we're talking about. That's the text number right there. Oops, no, that's not the right text number. I didn't put the phone number in there right. All right, let me put it in there right. But no, go ahead, Natasha. Go ahead.
I'm excited. This is going to be fun, y'all. So y'all ask us some questions.
Yes.
Because every time we come on, it's like we're always talking, but we never really get to hear your voice like right then and there. So please ask us some questions. It's going to be
fun. Absolutely. Now, you'll come in here. And once you shared the video, let us know that you shared it, please. Just to let us know that you shared the video. But that's the phone number right there. Simone said she told me on Judy Love's show today. Yes, I love Judy Love, and I love the UK, and I can't wait to come out there and visit y'all. Please do not put y'all's phone number in this window. Y'all should know that I said text me your phone number. Don't put it in this window, okay? Because people
to that number.
Yeah, text to this number. But I will say this, Natasha, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I will say this for myself, that for me, recognizing that what I had to recognize is that I thought that I was far more ready for love than I actually was, because what I didn't realize was you get to ask yourself this question: am I really ready for love, or am I ready for the type of love that I'm used to? Right?
Because, that's the question.
Right? Because I felt like for me, I have been consistently attracting and going after people who very much so resemble a type of love that was not healthy for me. You know what I mean? And so for me, in recognizing that I'm ready for love, is a matter of saying, well, hold on, let's get to the root of what type of love have you been attracting? And why it hasn't been helpful and healthy for you. So it's been very painful. I talked to you. It's been very painful coming into that realization and saying, hold on, I need to set different expectations on love.
I think for me, I realized it when I came to the realization I need to detox from love. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to remove myself from that little situation and start loving on myself differently, so that I can then teach somebody how to love me. Because I think that I wasn't even acknowledging what I really wanted in a partner. I knew what I didn't want. So it's like now I'm at a place in my life where I'm able to acknowledge what I want. That's a different space.
It's a hugely different space to be able to sit there and say, this is what I want, and have what you want be fully what you want, and not just a reflection of the things that happened to you that you didn't want from the past. I would say when I think about what I want in a partner, if I'm being fully transparent, that still is hard for me to answer sometimes, because it's so much of what I thought that I wanted was largely based on just trying not to be hurt in the ways that I've been hurt. So, you know what I mean? So it wasn't fully a reflection of what I truly want in a partner. It was a reflection of whatever I thought would be the opposite of what I've dealt with in the past. Does that make sense?
So to say all that is like, now it's time to dig deeper and figure out like exactly what do you want out of yourself? Because what you want out of a partner is a reflection of how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
If you're toxic, you looking for toxicity. You know what I'm saying? So it's what you give. We all have to come to the realization that for real, what we get is what we put out. If you putting out good vibrations, you getting that shit back. I know I do.
Yeah.
Even right now in my whole quest of feeling like I want to be in a relationship, like I'm thinking love, I'm talking love, I'm reminiscing on love, just everything. That's how
I
I
watch
feel.
if you listen to songs that make me think of love, and
Yes,
I just imagine it sometimes. I do.
Absolutely, because you gotta call that into your, you know what I'm saying? You gotta call those things into your life.
You really do. We have somebody with a question here.
What's
I'm
the question?
calling her right now. Her question is, we're going to try this, okay? We're going to try it. Hold on, let me turn the sound up. Let's hope she answers. MJ's on the line.
MJ's on the line.
Hello.
Precious, are you there? This is MJ Harris.
Hi.
How are you?
Hey, best friend.
Hey, best friend. I got Natasha here with me.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
So I was reading your question here, and you say, as a mother with a young child, how do I meet mature men? I thought about using a matchmaker. That's a big question. Comes about how to meet men.
I think also I think you have to get inside of organizations and start doing things, maybe things in nature that maybe guys that you know, if you want a certain type of guy, you got to go to the places that those type of guys go to, you know?
Right.
So I think sometimes doing something that you wouldn't normally do something different.
Yeah, I think so. That's one of the things that I have definitely seen is you're not going to meet them at the grocery store. You know what I mean? You got to go to wherever they hang out. And I remember there was one woman I know where all right, y'all listen, okay? Because I think she cracked the code. She said, she's like, I want to meet a mature man, for lack of better terms, a mature man who, for her, she wanted a man with money.
Okay.
Okay. I don't blame her. And that's not my
number. Have a good time.
But I mean, it's a nice to have, right?
Absolutely.
And so what she did was, listen, she went and joined a tech association, like a tech
that's what I'm saying.
Association, like a professional, because she's not in the tech world, but it's like, let me go, like Natasha said, let me go to where these men are.
Absolutely.
No connection to that. When I tell you she met a rich man, they got married at they like $10 million house somewhere. This was just recently. I'm serious. So she put herself in that space.
You have to go to the spaces where those men congregate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not going to the club. I'm not going to the bar. So I got to go where the guys that are on the level of how I'm thinking, where are they going to? What are they doing? Yeah. I'm not going to sit in the barbershop, you know?
No,
so
at all.
You got to do something different, love. You got to
I don't want to do that anymore.
No. Yeah, I would say that, the bar scene and stuff like that, it's cute, it's fun for the night, but it ain't where you find your husband now. People say, well, I found my man at the bar. Well, baby, God bless you, but I don't want to go through all that. So, yeah. So hopefully that's helping you, Precious. Thank you for your question. Of course. Well, thank you for your question, Precious.
Yes, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, that worked. That worked.
Cute.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm eating blueberries.
When I got on today, me and Natasha, we both have had, it's been a challenging week. Week, and to say the least. So we came on today. I was like, you want to try something different today? Like just try to call in people. We didn't know how it would work. We were like, what do you have to lose?
Let other people talk.
Yeah, how about that? Let's see. I'm clicking on here. Now, remember, when y'all text, you have to text the question along with your phone number. You have to text your phone number because I only see your name on here. So I need you to text your phone number as well. But let's see any questions that are up here already in the screen. If someone types them in here, I'll try to go back and forth between the two. Let me see here. One of the things I discovered recently, and I was talking about this on the Judy Love show earlier today, where one of the things I discovered, Natasha, and of everyone who's listening, is that I believe that there are good men everywhere. I believe that there are messed up men everywhere too. And I think that in knowing that there are good men everywhere, one of the things that I had to accept for myself is if there are good men everywhere, why am I attracting the types of men I've been attracting? And what I had to realize is that we are often attracted to men and women who feel normal for us. We're attracted to men and women who feel familiar to us. And so for me, it's like if I keep on being attracted to and attracting certain types of men, then I have to get to the root of who was it and where was it that I learned that this type of man or this type of love was acceptable. You see what I'm saying? If I keep getting attracted to abusive or emotionally unavailable or whatever types of men, where did that come from? And how can I heal that? Because the reality is that unless you heal that part of yourself that attracts those types of people, you're going to keep on running into the exact same type of thing. And even if you were to meet a healthy man, you're going to repel them away because they're going to meet you and see all your issues, all your stuff, and then be like, whoa, I want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, because it's a cycle. It becomes a cycle until you get to the root of it.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get to the root of the situation as to why you behave that way in certain situations. And we all need to do that.
Yeah.
We all need to get deep with ourselves, you know, especially right now while we have the time. Everybody's on the timeout. So within this timeout, you should be using this time to really dig deep.
Baby, when I say I'm not coming through this time out without getting to the roots, of
healed, y'all.
And fixing and shit. Hold on, we got a question here. Let's see if she answers. You're gonna like this question. Why do people get mad when they get? Hi, is this Tammy?
It is. Hi, best friend.
Hi, best friend. I got Natasha here with me.
Hi, Tammy.
How are you, Natasha?
How are you?
Hello.
So Tammy,
I am wonderful.
And Tammy's question, she says, why is it that people get mad when you catch them cheating? Why do they get mad at you when you catch them cheating? What you think?
I mean, you got to think about it because now, you know, now you didn't really see them for who they are. That'll make anybody mad for them to be called out on who
they tell them when you put it in the public, I put it in the public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said you put it in the public?
I did. I put it on Facebook.
I know that's right. Shoot,
I did.
Don't play with her.
So when they found,
I did
they see it on Facebook? Well, tell me the situation.
Yes, definitely. I tagged them in it.
And
she said what?
She said she tagged him in the post.
Ooh, what you say?
I did.
How'd you tell us the story? How'd you get caught? How did he get caught? What happened? I'm trying to understand. I need context.
I videotaped
reporter.
I videoed
it,
and then I put it on Facebook.
So you videotaped what on your phone?
Them cheating, and I put it on Facebook.
So when you say he was cheating, what does that constitute? What was he doing?
With another female, like all hugged up and everything.
So you were like the episode you remember that show Cheaters that used to come on?
Yes.
So you filmed them.
Yeah.
You went and got the camera out.
Yeah.
Did they see you filming them? So they must not have known you were filming.
I made sure. I got up close and personal. Yes.
Y'all was living together?
If it's done in the public, I'm gonna put it in the public.
Did y'all live together? Is that what you said, Natasha? Did y'all live together?
Yeah, most definitely.
And so he got mad at you about that.
Yeah.
How did he respond? When you say he got mad, what did he say? What did he do?
To fight, honey. Wanted to fight.
He was angry, girl.
Oh, she's not here. We gotta call her back. Oh, hold on. I wasn't done. So here's my thought as we're calling Tammy back. I'm just curious. I don't understand.
Yes, that's where we got cut off.
We got cut off.
Girl.
Here's my thought about it, okay? Take cheating off of it. And just think about it from the point of view of being held accountable. When toxic people do toxic shit, they don't want to be called out. And what they do when they get called out is that they will find a new way to victimize you by blaming you for their behavior, by taking around on you, exactly, hitting you, victimizing you in some way, shape, or form. And so what I would say is this is don't get focused on how he responded to being caught. Be focused on his utter character and integrity that would allow him to make that decision in the first place. His character is broken. Therefore, someone with broken character is going to have a broken response.
Because hurt people hurt people.
Yes,
that's just who he is. He showed you who he was.
I'm glad you got it on tape.
Amen.
Did his family or anybody else
I do. Tape? Most definitely. I tagged everybody.
Oh, Lord.
She said she tagged everybody. You
act a fool, you get treated a fool.
Yes, it's narcissism at its best. So let me ask you this: since y'all lived together, did he sleep at home that night? Where did he sleep that night after this all happened?
A hotel.
He better have
immediately.
Yes.
Did you feel?
Yes, most definitely.
Did you feel any sense of guilt after this? I can tell you for myself. Sometimes when I hold people accountable, I feel a sense of guilt after this, and I'm working through that. But
I did, and I did.
You did.
I did, but this is the thing: when you make people think that you're better than what you are, sometimes you have to put it out there for them to see you for who you are.
Mm-hmm. Was there anyone that you tried to tell in your network previously? Did you try to tell people that, hey, you had concerns about him and did people not believe you? I'm just asking, was this post about
children and everything?
So you posting this was validation to the world way of saying, no, this person is different than what you all may think.
Yes. He's making everybody think that he's the cream of the crop. So this is what the cream does. And this is what the cream of the crop looks like.
Well, I'm glad you called him out.
So when you act a fool, you get treated a fool, is what my grandmama always said.
Baby, I know that's right.
But I'm going to tell you, within your healing process, be grateful that you were able to see what you saw, that way you didn't get caught up any further. But also, I want you to work on the parts of yourself that led you into and attracted that type of man. It's not your fault that it happened to you, but we do have to recognize.
Yeah, you were most definitely right.
You know,
I had to reassess a lot.
Yes.
Absolutely. But that was a learning. That was a lesson.
Yes, it was.
You know, because you learned something from that.
Nothing but God.
Yes,
absolutely, and a blessing.
Yes.
Well, all right. Yes. Well, good talking with you, my dear.
Well, thank you, best friend. I love everything that you put up.
I love you too, baby.
Love it.
Thank you, darling.
Love it. You guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. I know that's right.
Yeah, but the thing I think that folks have to realize is that I think it's unrealistic to expect that you're going to confront somebody for cheating or harm you in any way, and that they're going to be nice about it. If they had the character or the lack of emotional intelligence to do it in the first place, then they probably lack the character or emotional intelligence to respond in an empathetic or sympathetic way when you come to them about it. It takes a really special person to own it and respond in some kind of way that doesn't re-victimize you. And so they re-victimize you when you're confronting them for victimizing you in the first place. This may be a where this person's at.
I'm like, listen, you already know.
I know.
That's why we gotta really, when people show you their character flaws, you got to believe those flaws, because you let people get away with stuff and they start realizing who you are. You know, like you're not paying attention and you allowing them to treat you this way at times, you know?
Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to keep on looking here to see if we got another person on here. My iPad ain't charged up so right. So let's see here. Oh, this is. All right, Natasha, I'm going to ask you. This person's asking the question about how to date in COVID-19. That's a good question to answer. I'm gonna call it, but you think this would be a good one to cover?
Yeah. I mean, I ain't dating during COVID, but I can tell you some things that I know a few people are doing. And it's
you're not gonna date at all. Or you like this? We don't know how long this is gonna go. So you're not gonna date at all?
I mean, I am gonna date at some point, but there's been so many other things going on lately. I've been dealing with myself.
Yes, baby.
That's where I need to be right now. I'm dealing with me. I've already been in. I've had lots of entanglements and relationships and all types of things.
Oh, they're international. I can't call them international.
Oh, they're international.
Or no, that was the wrong number. My bad. That was me. That was my fault. I dialed the wrong number. Whoopsie. Okay. But I'm sorry. What were you saying, Tasha?
I said, nah. But we could talk about it. We could definitely talk about it. Being on a dating website.
He said,
oh my God.
Did you know we were going to call you, Judith?
Yes. I love you.
So your question, let me read your question here. You said, I'm 55 divorced, after 20-year plus marriage, and you're an empty nester, and you're saying, how do I date in COVID-19? I on dating websites. I'm gonna tell you this. I got into a dating website recently. 2 of them. And for me, I did not originally want to do it because I always had the mind of dating websites like, oh, don't do that. But in COVID-19, everybody's stuck in the house. How else you gonna meet people? You know, at the COVID testing site, like you got to do something to meet people.
But listen, to your point, I have friends right now that are doing it and have met people that they like.
Yes.
You know, where they having like quarantine dinner together, and you know they're meeting up on FaceTime. So
that part,
it's doable. I just got to jump into it.
Are you on any dating websites, Judith?
I was, and I actually met somebody on that. This was a few years ago, and we were engaged.
Okay. Oh.
And that did not work out.
But you can't.
So when I went,
that experience, that was one experience.
No, that's true. So when I went back out there, it kept matching us up together.
You can block his ass?
It kept matching us up. It didn't matter which one I went on. I tried Match. Let's see. Which one? It's been a minute.
You got to get on a new one.
That's something. Get a new one. I can't.
What is a new one?
Because they ain't paid me shit. But I will say, y'all don't pay me shit, and I'm not promoting a motherfucking thing.
I know that's right.
I would say consider like I'm on Hinge and Tinder, okay, for a couple reasons. I like Tinder because they can't match with you unless you match with them. So everybody they can like, but unless you say yes, I want to talk to you, you can't talk to them. And if you done talking to them, just click unmatch and you ain't got to talk to them no more. I like Hinge because Hinge forces them to respond or you to respond, or else it can expire at a certain point in time. And so
I got Hinge.
I like that.
I got Hinge. I just don't be going on there checking it.
You gotta check it.
I know.
Like, can you see when you got messages that come in? You still don't check.
I don't be looking at it.
It's like a job. It really is. Looking on all the stuff, going there, all the profiles, you know. And then sometimes they look different when you meet them, and it's like,
But you got to think about it. Times are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm 55.
What's that got to do with anything?
You ain't old.
What's that got to do with anything? Tasha said you ain't old.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, I'm not.
That's what you telling yourself, girl?
Right. I say just get on there and start talking to people and be intentional. My sister actually helped me with that. She told me, she says, you need to open yourself up to people more. Oh, you saw that when she said I need to be open up to more people. And I was like, that's kind of right about that. Like, how can I say I want to meet somebody, but I'm not utilizing the venues that are available for me to meet people? You know, everybody's not going to be the prince on there. Some people are going to be frogs, but the thing is just to have the mindset to keep it moving, you know.
But sometimes it's just good to do it for the experience, for you to start or to get you to open back up. You know?
That's true.
Talk to the frogs too.
You said what?
Yeah, and then you said your sister had a boyfriend.
She met him online. That's what she said on the video.
Wow. Okay. All right. Okay.
Here's my thing. I need you to listen to me, best friend, okay? Because if you don't, I'm gonna come out there to Michigan and I'm gonna get you. What I need you to do is I need you to go and set up a profile on one of those sites. Pick one. They got Hinge. They got Tinder. Try one of those first. Tinder, they say, is a hookup site. All right, so just keep that in mind. But I met this gentleman on it. We had nice conversation. And so I want you to go on there and set that shit up. All right. If you don't know what to say about yourself, then go to some other people's profiles and see how they write about themselves and pull some of that for you.
Take some of their stuff.
Right. Okay.
And then you do that, and you make a commitment that you want to at least spend 30 minutes a day responding to people on it. You don't got to give it all day, but just set aside 30 minutes. You can do it while you're watching TV. That's how I do. I do it while I'm watching YouTube at night.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Oh,
Wonderful.
You too, baby. All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good evening.
You too.
bye.
We're going to have to try one more. I got 3% battery on my iPad. I forgot to charge it. What y'all think about online dating? Somebody said they can't hear me. What y'all think about online dating? Someone says it's not always good. That's not been my experience.
So. I don't know. I get
You don't like online dating?
I don't.
Why not, Natasha?
Because I just don't. I like to meet people authentically. I don't want to meet nobody. I don't got all that small talk for you on the phone and I don't know you.
I got an idea for you. This is how you do it. I'm going to know my tricks. There's a website online called 36 Questions to Make You Fall in Love. It's like an article that was written. It's 36 questions. What you do when you start talking to them is cut and paste some questions from there. Like, tell me about one of your child. Tell me about the life of your child. They're good questions because they get conversation going.
Yeah, I need that. So
I just pull questions. If you're ever at a loss, just go to one of those lists and you're like, oh, this is a good question. Oh, tell me, what are your love languages? You know, how would your last ex describe you? I'd like to ask questions like that that's going to get conversation.
Yeah, because I need to be able to talk. Like, we need to be able to.
You can exchange numbers real fast after you get through it. If you don't want to give them your real phone number, set up one of those free text kind of phone number things on your phone.
Yeah,
and
I got that.
Number. You know what I mean? Yeah, so just give them that phone number.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see.
You gonna try?
I might.
Today's met their boo online. I'm trying to read the thing. It's popping up so fast.
A lot of people do. I'm telling you.
Online dating is the fast lane to crazies. No, I met one of those motherfuckers. One of the most craziest motherfuckers I ever met was at a happy hour. Okay?
I mean, yeah, but I think it's a lot of people hiding behind the computer.
But how else you gonna meet people in COVID times?
I'm gonna meet him. I'm going to meet him. We are going. I be seeing all the dudes in Earl One. My grocery store got all the cute guys.
Oh yeah, and you know they got money because they're at Erewhon.
Yeah, that's the grocery store I go to, and it be all.
That's the Kardashian grocery store. That's what I remember. That. I was there when I first moved to LA, and I was over at the one by the Grove, and I was and I was in there, and I remember I first moved to LA. I didn't really have money at all. And so I went up in there, and I was trying to buy me a like a little fresh pressed, like cold pressed juice thing or whatever.
Like $13.
Girl, it was 16 with tax.
You gotta pay for the bottle, and the bottle's $1.50. The bottle's $1.50.
I was like, Somebody said they don't want to get catfish. Hold on, where you at, girl? She said she don't want to get catfish. Let me tell y'all how you don't get catfish. It's real simple. FaceTime. You gotta FaceTime them.
You gotta FaceTime them.
I will never get on the phone with you and we don't FaceTime.
Yeah, we go. But see, some people, you gotta think about it.
What's that?
She might not be comfortable FaceTiming. You know what I mean? It's like when you start doing online dating, you gonna have to deal with yourself and not have your little quirks and stuff like that. Because it's different. It's definitely different.
Let me see. I'm looking at the questions.
I'm lotioning my feet, baby.
I saw you over there. I said, you better be comfy at home.
I'm comfy at home, y'all. I'm sorry.
Here's a question. I'm not going to call you with this question, sweetheart, but from Trinetta Setzer, but I'll answer. She says, do you feel that being a celebrity makes it hard for you to date? Yes. I'll just answer that quickly for you, but I'm going to call this person here because this is a question I think can apply to everybody's experience, not just my experience. Let me do it. And I got 2% of my battery, sweetheart. So if this phone go out on you, just know, charge to my head. Oh, I got this other one here. Hold on.
What's her question?
Her question is, hold on, I'm gonna call it right now. 3, 4. Okay. Her question is, let me go back and read it. How can you be sure that you have full love for yourself so that you are ready to be loved correctly? Like, how do you know if you're ready? Isn't that a good question? We're saying make sure you love yourself first. How do you know if you're ready?
Hello?
Hi, Althuria. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Hi.
Hi, best friend. How are you?
Okay.
Oh,
Tell us your question.
Okay. Well, let me go back and so I read it the correct way.
Okay.
How can you be sure when you have full love for yourself so you are able to be loved correctly?
I feel personally, how you doing? I feel like it's an internal.
Hi.
Hi, this is Natasha. I feel like it's an internal peace. It's a level of peace that you find with yourself. You know, a level of clarity that you find with your life, and you'll know it. You know what I mean? I think it's something that you definitely will know when you reach that space. How about you, Malcolm?
I would definitely agree. I think that here's the thing, and I want to make this clear about what love for yourself is and what it isn't. Love for yourself does not mean that you don't have bad days, insecurities, or that you don't have triggers.
Absolutely.
Sometimes we're waiting for that day that we have a perfect self-esteem and that we have no emotional triggers and that we just feel great. No one ever feels that way. That's not how life goes. I think that having love for yourself is being able to identify the good qualities about yourself, being able to identify what your development areas are without viewing them as deficiencies. You can say, I am working on this, but this doesn't make me less than enough, right? And also being able to recognize what are your needs that allow you to be happy, healthy, and whole. If you can identify those things for yourself, then I think that allows you to at least be somewhat healthy going into dating and relationships, because now you've got all the tools and the knowledge to be able to communicate to other people, to be able to say, hey, this is who I am. These are my strengths. This is what I'm kind of working on. These are my triggers. These are the things that I need from a partner in order to feel healthy in a relationship. What about you? And you see what I'm saying? And so that to me is when you know you're healthy, is when you know what you need and you're able to communicate it and you're not holding anyone else accountable to make you happy so much as you're inviting people to come along the road with you to enjoy happiness with you and vice versa.
That's it.
Yes.
You know?
Good. Did that help you? You hear me out there, Rhea?
Yes, you were there was something overlapping. It was you, but it was you again somehow, talking somewhere else.
Oh, I'm not sure the echo was. Well, let me say, what I was saying basically is just that for you are ready once you become aware of what your needs are, you're able to communicate those needs, you're able to manage your triggers, and you're able to know that it's no one's job to make you happy, but it is your job to be happy and to communicate what you need to other people so you can walk within that with someone else. But being ready for love doesn't mean you're perfect emotionally. It just means you're clear about what you need.
Right. Okay. Yes. And it's not that I'm asking the question not because I don't feel love, because I do, but just because you know how sometimes you can be with someone for a very long time.
Yes.
And somewhere along the line, you start feeling like you don't love yourself so much like you used to.
I think that once you have that feeling, and sweetheart, if it goes out on your chart, it's the phone, it's not me. But I think that when you have that feeling, that's a life, God, whatever, telling you that you need to have a check-in, a tune-up around your self-love. Because if you start to question your level of self-love, then I think that's an indicator that this may be something
you need a break.
Yeah, you need to pour into yourself some. What do you think, Natasha?
No, sometimes I feel like when you start, I've been there before in a relationship where I felt like, I stopped loving me, a questioning my love for myself and my ability to love myself as I'm loving this other person, Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. And so, when you start feeling like that, sometimes you got to step back and check yourself and find out what needs that what are your needs that are not being met,
Right. I definitely think that's a huge factor. One of the things I can know that I can say about struggling to love myself is, were there real people in my life who impacted me in a way where it made it challenging for me to love myself? Absolutely. But one of the things I had to accept for myself was that my level of self-love is determined by me and the habits that I take on. So if I'm struggling in my self-love, then I have to change my habits. One of the habits that I've instituted very recently is journaling about what are the things that I love about myself. I think sometimes we struggle with loving ourselves, not that we're not lovable, but because we don't put any energy into acknowledging to ourselves what makes us lovable. And so with that understood, when we're not pouring into ourselves with things that affirm us, some people use mantras, some people use meditation, some people journal these things, whatever it may be. When you're not pouring into yourself on a regular basis with words and self-talk that remind you of why you're lovable, then it's easy to kind of feel like that. When you're only surrounded by people who only remind you of what they believe to be your deficiencies, that's a problem as well. Because at the end of the day, you have to make very conscious choices to put yourself around people who remind you that you are loved and worth being loved and that you're lovable. That's, me and Natasha, we're great friends. And that's one of the things that we do for one another, is that we're a constant source of really affirmation for one another. And yes, we hold each other accountable. So it's not like we're just saying, oh girl, you ain't got no flaws, or vice versa. But we are that consistent source of positive affirmation. So there have been times I've gotten off the phone with Natasha, I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then when somebody tries to say or do something to me that doesn't match that, I'm like, well, hold on, Natasha told me that I was lovable and I deserve to be loved. And you're not treating me like I deserve to be loved. So I'm not going to tolerate that from you. And it's because of that conversation I had with her. And so I think that's something to be said for. We have to pour into ourselves consciously those things that make us feel lovable and feel like we deserve to be loved.
Yeah, and also having people around us that are pouring into us those feelings as well.
Yes.
Right,
absolutely.
Right. Well, can I just say this real quick? I know your phone's going to hang up.
No problem.
I think that from hearing what you two both just said to me, I've realized I was the kind of person that did not want to go to any kind of counseling, therapy. And I've had a lot of things happen in my life as far as, heartache. I've lost some children, things like that. But I've realized since going to therapy that I am able to now deal with things from my past, like my childhood and my early, adulthood that I deal with before, that I shut out. And I think that's where these feelings are coming from. But
absolutely,
because you opened my eyes up to that even more just now.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that this was helpful. Go ahead, Natasha.
No, I just, I'm always saying that we are nothing more than who we were as children. So it's so vital and essential for us to deal with our past. A lot of us grew up in households with the mentality of sweeping things under the carpet. It's time to pull it out and deal with it. And whether that be counseling or, meditation or whatever method you have to take to get that healing, it's important that we do that. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for taking that on when you did not want to do that at first. And look how much better you feel now.
Yeah.
You gotta be proud of yourself. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling my question here.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it so much. You are a great best friend. And my little girl's saying to tell you she loves you.
Tell her I love her too.
Okay. And thank you, Natasha, for your input. It means a lot.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, darling. That was great. There's a question I put up on the screen. I swear I didn't want to miss this. I put it up here. I thought this could apply to both of us really well. When do you introduce your job to someone that takes up a lot of your time?
Okay. When do you introduce your job? So who your job is? Say it again.
So how I interpreted the question, then I'm confused after reading it. So how I interpreted the question was, when do you, if you have a job that takes up a lot of your time, right? Like you and I, we both have careers that take up a lot of our time. When and how do you introduce that to someone that you're getting to know the baby? Say, hey, I have this job that can be.
Mine is the first day.
Really?
I mean, immediately for me, because it's like my job. Most of the time you're going to catch me, I'm going to be at my job. So my job is a full-time thing in my life. My job is even when I'm not at work.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I'm going to have to learn how to, if somebody's going to have to really turn my head around to get me to not focus on my job. So
I kind of feel the same way. I put it right out there. Now, my Tinder profile, I will say this much. My Tinder profile says, it says, what do you do? Like what you do for a living. It says it's on the Hinge one too. I said that I am a, I just say CEO.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it on there. I'm not going to put it on like Hinge or one of those sites. No.
Yeah.
I'll put something else like that. Yeah.
But I do put it out there at some point because I'm just like, it's when people ask like, well, what's a typical day like with you? I'm like, well, it can range, but you could text me at 10 o'clock in the morning and I may not text you back until 3 o'clock that afternoon. And it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's that what I'm doing it requires so much of my attention that I'm not checking my phone for anything, for anybody. But when I do finally start talking to you this evening, you're going to have my full attention. So I kind of have to make you guys aware of that because this, if they're used to dating women who may have more flexibility in their schedule, well, you're with clients and you're not pulling out your phone texting while you with clients. And so, so if they're used to someone who's more available throughout the day, that's going to be a challenge. So I just kind of let them know evenings, weekends, that's generally when I'm a lot more available for those quick responses.
Right, to be on the phone. Yeah, I've definitely encountered dudes that didn't understand. Like, I'm texting you during the day, you're not answering. It's like, I can't. Mm-hmm. I'm not.
Have you ever had guys complain to you about your availability?
Absolutely, all the time. That's always an issue.
What do they say?
I mean, you act like your job, your man. And it's like, my job pay me. You gonna pay these bills? Because I have some. You know what I'm saying? So
I keep saying that.
I just keep it real.
Feel like, for me, what I will normally say is if somebody's like, oh, wow, you seem really, really busy. I say it comes in ebbs and flows. I say it comes with ebbs and flows. At this point I'm busy, but I could have a full day off tomorrow or the next day and following after that. So, for me, I just say, as we get to know each other and get to know one another's schedules and all that other stuff, I am more than happy to move things around and to the best of my ability, make room in my life in order to make sure that we have more than enough time together. But you can't pop up in my life on day one and I just have everything wide open. Like I got, you know what I mean? We make room once we see there's something to make room for.
Yeah, and I don't even want a guy that's going to be in my life doing that. He needs to be busy like me so that when we do get together, it's so amazing.
Ain't nothing like a man who ain't got shit to do.
No, I'm not going to deal with a man that don't have shit to do.
It's like, literally like, okay, baby.
But when I hear females say, "Oh, all he do is watch video games," that's my son. My son don't even sit around and watch video games. Why would I entertain that? I'm not entertaining that.
Y'all asking what am I putting on my lips? Y'all always ask what I'm putting on my lips. I'm wearing Neutrogena Hydro Boost. That's what I put on my lips. It lasts long enough. I be talking a lot, so I have to use the thing that lasts long.
Lip gloss.
Yes, my lip gloss. My lip gloss is popping. Let me see here. And someone else said this, and this is true. They said it's about work-life balance. Where's your thing at? This thing goes so fast, I can't click anything.
No, that's true. You got to have that. Corona has made that
some careers don't cut off at 5 o'clock.
But I'm just saying, I do know for a fact that even for me, I have to have work balance, and I can't always my mind be on work, even though it do be. Mm-hmm. That has to turn off at some point in time because then that way you can shift the focus to the love life.
Let me ask you this, okay? Because we were talking about this the other day. You and me both came to California around the same time. We didn't know each other when we came, but we both came around the same time, and we both came with the same thing. We were leaving life on the East Coast and coming here to hustle to build the kind of life that we wanted. And a big part of that life we wanted was financial stability because we both didn't have that at that time. And so when it comes to that hustling, we hustled hard and did not make much room for anything else outside of hustling and survival for years at a time. So when a guy comes and says, babe, you're not making time for me.
You irritated.
So that's what I was about to ask. How do you differentiate between is he just being needy or is he actually pointing at something that we need to work on?
Okay, so this is just for me. when a man says things like that to me, if he's also implementing things like, yo, let me go take your car and get your car washed. Let me do some things within the day to lessen up the things that you have to do.
You like
I'm gonna make time for him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make time for that guy because he actually does understand my needs.
Yes.
For me, I know my love language. I know what I need from a man. I need a man to come in my life and make things a little lighter. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna get my own money. I'm gonna hustle. I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna rub your back. I'm gonna that shit. You think I can do men's feet? What about my man?
Yeah.
Come on now.
You are nurturing him a lot.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna handle my part. But that's the type of situation. If somebody comes in my life hitting the right buttons and doing the right stuff, it's a whole different situation rather than somebody coming in and not making the load lighter and wondering, why am I not answering the phone for you? Well, what are you doing to make me answer the phone for you?
Make me want to make room for you. Make me want to make space in my life. I don't like a man who comes
make
to the
me want to entertain you.
Yeah, like don't come to the table just needy from day one. Like, baby, what about this? When you gonna do that? That. It's like, no, baby. Somebody just called it vampire energy. She says, get the garlic. It's a vampire. Yeah, they just trying to survive. I just feel like for me personally, if I feel like make me want to make time for you. Don't come into my world. I was talking to this guy. Ooh, this just happened. Swear to you. This was a couple weeks ago. Talking to this guy, and if he's watching, love you, darling. I'm sure this wasn't your intention, but we're teaching. So, talking to this guy, and it really rubbed me the wrong way. We were talking on the phone, and he was like, when I called him, I was calling him on FaceTime. Because I'm big for that. I'll just call you on FaceTime. We can talk. Sometimes I'm staring at the screen. Sometimes I'm doing other things, but I'm still talking. It's just like it's somebody sitting in the room with me, right? So I'm not going to just sit there on the camera the whole time. Not every time. So anyway, I was moving around, and then I started to brush my teeth, right? Because I had just finished doing something. I need to brush my teeth. I think I had eaten some garlic or whatever. Okay. And then he's like, you going to brush your teeth with me on the phone? I was like, yeah, I didn't even think about it. Because I'm often on the phone while I'm getting my makeup on, while I'm brushing my teeth. I'm not even thinking about it half the time. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm brushing my teeth. So he says, oh, well, call me when you're done and you got time to focus on me. Okay. So I hung up.
He wanted your undivided attention.
I called him later, right? I was just sweeping or steaming the floors or something like that. But I had the phone, so I'm just steaming the floors. I'm like, hey, da-da-da-da-da. He then says to me, you always doing the most when you're on the phone with me. I'm like, well, I had to get this done. This is my making time to talk with you. So we were talking later on that evening. I just ignored and pushed past it. We're talking later on that evening. And in retrospect, I probably just got off the phone at that point. We're talking later on that evening. And something happened within my order management system. Something that happened that could have cost me tens of thousands of dollars if I didn't address it immediately. And so I was like, oh shit. And so he's like, what? And I was like, this thing just came up. It was a Saturday night. He's like, I have to tell you, he said, so what? I said, it's affecting my money and I have to deal with this right now. And I still been on the phone, so I'm on the computer, like trying to fix it. And he's like, well, I feel like, there's a time to cut off work and just be done with work. I was like, well, I don't have a boss. So if I don't deal with this, no one's going to deal with this. I can't just let somebody else. It can't roll up to anybody else. I'm the only person who can fix this right now.
Right.
And he literally, I just feel like you have to have better work-life balance. That was the last time I had a conversation with him on the phone, because what I realized was that this person did not have a full appreciation for what it means to be an entrepreneur, number one. And he also didn't have a level of empathy to even try to learn it. That's my thing. You got to be willing to learn it.
That's a problem for me. Because he didn't even get it. So we're not even on the same wave.
We are not.
We're not even on the same. That was the end of that conversation quickly.
Huh? Yeah. Somebody said, what's my shirt? I'm the catch.
Hey.
Shopmjharris.com. Right there. But yeah, he wasn't willing to get it. My thing is, my life is very unique. Your life is very unique. A lot of men don't meet people like us. No. So my thing is, don't jump to insecurity and smallness. Don't make yourself small, brother. Make yourself big, king. And say, baby, I don't know what you do. How can I support you in what you do? Da-da-da-da. Like you said, come in here and add value. Don't come with complaints.
If you're not adding value, that means that you're taking from me. And I don't need no minuses. I only need pluses.
I want to touch on that real fast, because you are very vocal. I was watching one of our old videos where you were talking. I'm just gonna call out what you said. You said, I don't feel one bit bad about me saying I'm not going to give pussy basically to a man unless he's bringing value to me. Can we talk about that?
I mean, do I need to bring the phone closer?
Bring it closer, baby.
In the back in here. Listen to me. Let me just say this real quick. Why would I put myself in a situation with a man that has no financial stability? What does that benefit me? That is a headache for me, because my whole strive in life is to be financially stable. Why would I take on somebody else's son? I got my own goddamn son. I'm not taking on nobody else's son. Absolutely not. So if a man is going to come into my home, he wants to lay in this nice king size bed we got on here, you know what I'm saying? Or if he wants me to come lay in his bed, then he needs to be adding value to the situation. Meaning, I'm not looking for you to buy me shoes, clothes, purses. I have those things. I can buy those things for myself. If you're going to add value in other ways. Do things for me that you know that I can't do for me. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not attracting those type of women, those type of men, ladies, then I suggest that you start digging deeper into yourself and figure out the essence of yourself, your worth, who you are. Because I don't attract but those type of dudes. I'm not attracting bums. I'm attracting CEOs, men who can bring value into my household. And I absolutely stand on that 1000%.
With no apologies. I feel the same way. If you're not bringing value to me in some way, shape, or form, value in the form of that you're making my life easier. So when you come into, you see all that's going on here, and you're like, baby, what can I do to help out to make life easier? Because maybe you don't bring something financially the same way that I can bring to the table, but you can come in here and make this household work so well and make my life so beautiful that enables me to do more for the both of us.
Wait a minute, maybe
partnership.
Maybe you're a chef in a gym trainer. You know what I'm saying? Bring me a chef in a gym and a trainer. Listen, we could work magic together.
Yes, baby. Make sure I'm fed. Make sure this body is snatched.
Come on.
It's like that. When I get up in the morning and I'm like, shit, I got to get up and film. I got to get my face on it. Baby, don't even worry about it. Breakfast already made. The dog's been taken out and everything like that. And you know, that trip we was talking about, I already pulled together some options. You know, just let me know which airline, you know, you be most comfortable with. Make life better. It's a partnership, baby. I don't mind bringing in the coin if you helping me to make more of it.
Period. But what you bring it to the table, because I'm bringing a table to the table. So you need to bring a table. No, boo.
They says, yeah, I need pluses. Add. How you gonna add to me?
Period. If you putting minuses, that means that I'm not out here playing the right board game. No minuses.
Exactly. That's my whole thing. People ask me all the time, do you need a man with money? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I need someone who's going to add to it. One thing I'm confident about, and I know you're confident about this too, Natasha, confident in our ability to make money. We've been making money for a long time. So we are confident in our ability to make money. It's a nice to have that man who can bring more money to the house. That is nice, but it's not the requirement. My thing is, like Natasha said, how are you going to add value? Value is not always financial.
So let me just say that I learned that, ladies. That's something that I just recently learned in my life, because I was always the girl that the only value a man could bring was money. Being in relationships with men in the streets, you know what I'm saying, that had fast money, for me, that was something that was a requirement, you know? But then after years of having that and having that taken away and having it again and having it taken away, you come to realize that there's bigger value in knowledge. You know what I'm saying? In a man that is knowledgeable, a man who is, maybe he from the streets and he doing something different now. Like, you got to understand that I need a man that has wealth in his mind. Wealth in his mind, because if he's wealthy up here, it's no stopping the things that we can do.
Make money. Money can be made easy.
Listen, I'm a hustler. I know that for me, listen, right now, y'all, I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. I'm in a state of detoxing. Like, I'm detoxing my mind, my body, my spirit. That's why I don't have no makeup on. You got my black circles. Like, you get me raw today.
If I didn't have no makeup on, you see mine's under my eyes too.
But I'm just saying all that to say is because I'm detoxing for a reason right now. Like, I've just come to terms with myself that I want love in my life. Like coming to terms and understanding that, okay, if that's what you want, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to start doing different. You're going to have to start asking for it, thinking about it, reading about it, pretending like it's already here. The same way that I manifested money and my job and, you know, my career and the things that I'm doing here in LA. Now I need to now I need to manifest my better half. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard. That shit hard.
It is. It's like saying, okay, we've manifested this. Now it's time to manifest. Man, I'll tell you this. And before we close out, we got to close out in just a second. But I'm going to tell you, one of the major steps that I'm taking to manifest the type of relationship that I want in my life is dealing with the emotional barriers that have kept me from having that kind of relationship up to this point. And when I recognize that there has been some really unhealthy mindsets that I have unknowingly carried around about myself that have made it very difficult. Mindsets that told me that it was okay for someone to show me love in ways that was largely problematic. And so I would go into the world and accept problematic love from men. You know, things in my head that told me that these are okay. So it's like me checking myself and saying, hold on, what are the thoughts that I'm telling myself about myself or telling myself about what I deserve that is keeping me from getting the kind of love that I desire? Because ultimately, you are only a magnet for what you believe that you deserve and what you're willing to deal with. So how can I change that within my mind? So that's something I'm working on. I'm doing therapy. I am doing therapy, folks. I'm very transparent about that to help me through that. What is one of the steps you're taking, Natasha, to help you prepare yourself at this stage for the type of love that you desire and deserve?
Acknowledging and allowing myself to feel. That's a big deal, y'all. We have to understand that within ourselves, we are connected to so many different feelings and energies and different parts of our body. Like we're going through a lot, plus quarantine, plus COVID-19, plus everything that's happening in the world. Right now, for me, I'm detoxing, not just by drinking juice and eating lighter and fresher and things of that nature, but also grounding myself. I'm getting very much so in touch with the earth. I'm making sure I'm taking walks. I'm making sure that I'm going to the beach and like allowing myself to be quiet and still right now. That's a big thing for me. I need to be still to allow myself to feel. So, you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to counseling right now. I'm literally writing and regurgitating some things in my life that I know I need to let go of. And that's the thing. In order to elevate, you got to let go of some shit. You got to shed some things.
In order to rise high, you got to let go of the shit that's holding you down.
Absolutely. That's weighing you down. So I challenge y'all to let go of some shit.
I love
Let go of some shit.
I love it. So I know it's on the screen, but for folks who may not be watching but listening, where can folks find you, Natasha?
You can follow me on IG at Star Manicurist. Also, my business page, which is Noir Men's Grooming. Follow me, guys. I got some good products for y'all.
She does. I have your link already plugged in here. Her products, here it is right here. Her products, let me tell you, I have the prettiest, most suckable toes on earth. And I have this one to thank for it. Okay, y'all. So y'all go ahead and get your products there. Men and women can enjoy them. So Natasha, thank you for being on. We'll be on again, and I'm going to have my thing fully charged. Y'all, I couldn't talk to y'all as long as we wanted to because this is an idea that literally happened 5 minutes before we got on camera, so I wasn't properly prepared. But we'll be prepared next time.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. All right, y'all, click like and click share, and be sure to text me so that you can be notified of my story times that are coming back out very soon. Bye-bye, y'all.
Bye.